What's going on YouTube? I'm Wayne and this is Wayne's Fish World. Thanks for tuning in to another episode today, guys. Today I want to talk about the top 5 best bottom dwellers suited for your home aquarium. This isn't my first countdown video. If you're new to my channel, definitely go and check out my other top 10 and top 5 videos. I'll put a link in the description below, so definitely go and check that out. Here comes the disclaimer part. I've chosen these top 5 fish because they're a mixture of serving a purpose, meaning keeping the bottom of your aquarium clean, and as well being easy to care for. Before we begin, let's actually talk about some honorary mentions. I got a couple fish that I wanted to put in this list, but I couldn't due to various reasons. So, number 1 is the stingray. Stingrays are a true bottom dwelling fish. These fish are constantly on the hunt or an optimistic feeder. They're constantly grazing at the bottom of the substrate and they're looking for whatever kind of food they can find. In the means of that, they're constantly shifting through the substrate, and most of the time they're shifting through sand. You can find stingrays slightly below the sand substrate. That way when they find food, they can pop up, snag it, and get a meal. Number 2 are the geophagus. Geophagus are also known as the earth eater fish. A lot of people are saying right now, Wayne, why are you putting a cichlid on this list? Well, the reason for that is because if you ever watch the habits of a geophagus, no matter the species, they're constantly pecking at the earth, the substrate. They're finding food and they're going to pass it through their mouth and spit back out the gravel and consume the food they can find. And the last of the honorary mentions, but not least, the clown loaches. Clown loaches are an adorable little fish, but they grow to be huge. These fish love to school, so that's another thing. You've got a schooling fish that gets big. Not really the best choice for a newbie. So without further ado, let's start the countdown. Number 5. Coming in at number 5 are the Buccos species, also known as plecos. Unfortunately, the most common pleco is one of the larger plecos. There are several small species of plecos that are commonly available at any local fish store. I suggest a pleco that is small in size and consumes a lot of vegetation. Therefore, the bushy-nosed plecos are a great choice. Number 4. The Autosync cat is a small species that's a great cleanup crew member. I put this higher up in the listing because it's not a true bottom dweller. Most of the time this fish will be found on the bottom of the tank, but it's highly energetic, which is a good thing. This fish is going to constantly graze on anything that it can find, either it be on the driftwood, the inlets of your filter, the live plants itself, or the tank walls. So the fish is a valuable member of the cleanup crew, but since it's not a full-time bottom dweller, I couldn't put it higher up in the listing. Number 3 is a draw. It's torn between snails and shrimp, and just like the Autosync list, I couldn't put it any higher due to the reason that snails and shrimp don't constantly stay on the bottom of your aquarium. These species are going to go wherever food is available. They're going to search your aquarium high and low for anything that they can obtain. But most of the time, uneaten food and waste accumulates on the bottom near the upper layers of the substrate, and that's where mainly you're going to find shrimp and snails. But before purchasing these invertebrates, make sure the inhabitants of your aquarium don't consider these species as prey. Number 2 are the smaller species of loaches. The dojo loaches, the coolie loaches, and the yo-yo loaches. These fish are constantly at the bottom of your aquarium. They sometimes go into the substrate and hide a little bit. They're searching for snails to eat and consume. So if you have a planet aquarium and you need to get rid of a snail problem, a loach is a good solution. Some loaches do get medium in sizes and some do get larger. That's why the clown loach was not on this list. But the dojo loach, the coolie loach, and the yo-yo loach are great choices for any beginner aquarist. And at the same time, they're going to help clean the bottom of your aquarium. Finally, we're at number 1, and that is the Corycat catfish. There's several species of Corycat out there, and they come in different sizes, generally hovering around the 3-inch mark at max growth. But at the same time, if you have a nano aquarium, there are actually dwarf species of Corycat. Corycats spend about 98% of their life on the bottom of your aquarium. Corycats have great personality. They're schooling fish. You really want to have a school of at least 6 or more. Also, another tip with Corycats, provide a sand substrate. They've got barbs like my mustache. You know you love it. that constantly go through the bottom of the substrate and they're searching for food. That's their little fingers. That's how they obtain their food source. They shift through the bottom of the substrate and filter out anything they can find and then put it in their mouth. The Corycats are number one on my list for several reasons, and some of those traits are: one, their personality. You're not going to find a fish that has much better personality than a Corycat. They're highly energetic. These fish are in fifth gear at all times and they're not slowing down. Fish are also peaceful. They're not going to hurt anything that you put in your aquarium unless it can fit in their mouth. And at the same time, the fish is a workhorse when it comes to cleaning your aquarium. You've got a peaceful fish that's entertaining and it's a workhorse. You're not going to get any better than that. And to add on to that, it's a schooling fish, so it's going to have lots of friends and you can see it interact with its own school. Well guys, that's my top 5 for bottom dwelling fish. I know a lot of you watching right now have your own opinion, so put it in the comment section below. If you disagree with something I said, then put it in the comment section below. I'll hit you up and maybe we can both learn something. Wayne's Fish World is also on Facebook.com, so when you get a chance, hit that little button right there or go in the description below and visit Wayne's Fish World page. I leave tons of sneak peeks over there. If you want to support the channel, definitely hit that subscribe button to help grow this community. And I really hope to see you guys again next week with a brand new video. Until next time, I've been Wayne with Wayne's Fish World. Comment, rate, and subscribe. Later. This isn't my first countdown video, so if you're new to my channel, definitely check out the description below. I'll put the link right down there. Okay. I suggest a The Autocat is a small species that's great. Oh my god, stupid motherfucking cat. But the Dojo Loach, the Coolie Loach, and the YOLO, you only live once, son of a bitch.